Sheep Parity, the end of VR support, new update release date leaked, C418 responds to false copyright claims, Enchanted book variants, more spring drop features, and Minecraft YouTuber Gerg is allegedly a groomer. This week in Minecraft has been pretty chaotic to say the least. Hi, I'm Catman Joe and welcome to another episode of my weekly series called This Week in Minecraft, where just as the name suggests, we talk about everything that's happened within the Minecraft ecosystem in the past week. Now this week, like pretty much every week, I'll be talking about a lot of different things, so before we get started, I'd like to remind you that there are timestamps down below in the description for any of you that are looking for a very specific subject. I'd also like to take a quick second just to apologize if I sound really, congested or bunged up or whatever you want to call it. At the moment, I'm dealing with a really bad cold that's kind of entirely wiped me out. So this week I've really been unable to make any content or to do anything, so that's why I sound like this. So I apologize for anybody if it annoys you. Hopefully we can get through this, and hopefully by next week I'll be feeling a lot better and sounding a lot better as well. But yeah, let's get straight into this week's news. So starting this week's Minecraft news, we've got a continuation to some news that we covered in last week's episode. That being C418, the original composer for Minecraft, responding to the Warner Brothers false copyright claims. To give you a short recap, last week I talked about how recently multiple creators, mainly Phoenix SC, started complaining about receiving false copyright claims after using the classic Minecraft song Mice on Venus from Minecraft's first soundtrack called Volume Alpha. What was most confusing about these claims is that they weren't actually coming from C418, the original composer and owner of the rights to the song. Instead, the claims were being made by Warner Chappell, who is Warner Bros, the same people who are making that super cool Minecraft movie with Aquaman and the fat guy from Jumanji. Well, C418 himself responded to the entire situation this week over on Twitter, saying, Warner is aware of and rectifying the issue regarding demonetizing YouTube videos / copyright claims. We want to help. If a video you created was claimed, fill out the form below and we can work to manually solve the problem. Additionally, he also added, and to clarify, Warner isn't stealing anything, they just did a good old whoopsie. So with that being said, it looks like hopefully that'll be the last we hear of any videos being falsely claimed for using the old Minecraft music. Moving on to our next bit of Minecraft news from the past week though, we've got a continuation to a story I covered last week, this time being related to the Minecraft YouTuber Gerg. To give some context as it is needed here, Gerg is a Minecraft YouTuber with over 700,000 subscribers who is well known for his Minecraft shorts and his concept Minecraft minigames. He's also known to be a bit more of an edgy content creator who doesn't really care so much about sticking to the clean-cut, family-friendly humor you'll see most Minecraft creators have. Well, last week a Twitter account called The Worst of Discord made some pretty damning tweets about Gerg, sharing allegedly real screenshots of messages between Gerg and his moderators, where he not only came across as a horrible person, but also as a racist. Now, if you are interested in learning more about the entire situation, I talked about it in full in my previous episode of This Week in Minecraft, so I'll have that pop up at the top right hand side of the screen right now. However, focusing on the reason why I'm giving you all this context is because after The Worst of Discord shared these tweets, not only did Gerg respond, but also so did Drama Alert. Starting with Drama Alert, they posted the allegedly real Discord screenshots and added, Minecraft YouTuber Gerg talking to minors in a private Discord allegedly. Now this tweet instantly got backlash from almost everyone because although the screenshots, if they are real, do paint Gerg as a horrible person and a racist, they at no point show him talking to children inappropriately or sexually. Additionally, even ex-moderators of Gerg have came out and clarified he at no point has talked sexually to minors. So Drama Alert making a tweet using this headline was incredibly misleading, but what was even worse was them doubling down and continuing to insinuate Gerg as a groomer even after Gerg himself responded to the tweet. With Drama Alert continuing with, Gerg denies the allegations made by Worst Discord, showing Gerg's response to Drama Alert's original tweet. They then made another tweet saying Gerg and Worst Discord going after each other, showing the Worst of Discord's initial response to the Drama Alert tweet, which said, this isn't what was said or implied in my thread at all. The evidence shown was to prove that he is a racist asshole, not a pedophile. Your post is extremely misleading, so please delete it. To which Gerg responded saying, and you should issue corrections too, being that you blindly believe random ass Discord screenshots as proof of anything. For then finally the Worst of Discord to respond saying, there were a couple of these random ass Discord screenshots that were sent to me, including the two different POVs of the one in the post. Not only that, but I was sent multiple DMs from former friends and mods of yours that confirmed this behavior. Now you would naturally think and probably hope that this was the end of the tweets regarding the entire situation by Drama Alert, but you would be wrong, because they tweeted out again saying, in another tweet, Gerg denies racism allegations, etc., but acknowledges the mods were underage. Should adults be on Discord with minors? Minecraft YouTubers think so. Then attaching an image of a tweet Gerg shared but seemingly later deleted saying, wow, what's that? Blindly believing underage Discord mods? Congrats everyone, then attaching a Google document. Now unfortunately, as I mentioned, it does seem like Gerg has deleted the post containing the Google document that was presumably the same document he sent the Worst of Discord privately to better explain the situation from his point of view, which I've got to say is quite a shame because I'd really appreciate getting to hear a more detailed side of Gerg's story, since thus far it's been more of a he said she said situation. Now to tie this story up in a pretty little bow, Drama Alert did make another tweet a whole 4 minutes after the one I just read saying, anyone else find it weird when grown adults communicate with minors on Discord? The Minecraft community thinks it is okay. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything mentioned as this was a mess to go through. But moving on to our next bit of Minecraft news from the past week, we've got the release date or window for the upcoming Minecraft spring drop. Now this was leaked somewhat accidentally by Mojang themselves when they gave a new pop-up to players on soon to be no longer supported devices saying, this device is no longer supported. Our ability to support this device is coming to an end. You will continue to receive updates until March 2025 when you will receive your final final update for this device. So we now know for sure the spring drop will be released in March, and that both is good and sad news. It's good news because depending on whether it's released at the start or at the end of March will determine how much more content we can expect to see early in snapshots, betas and previews all before the update itself is actually released. However, it's sad news because when you click more info you find out that not only are some old devices no longer being supported, which always sucks for players who use those old devices, especially those who can't afford to upgrade, but also because with the release of the spring drop, Mojang will no longer be supporting OpenXR or PlayStation VR. So going over to the Minecraft.net article regarding the devices no longer being supported, it says, upcoming OS sunset announcements in Minecraft. As Minecraft grows, so must the operating system that supports it. As of March 2025, the below operating systems provide the minimum specifications to receive future Minecraft updates. Android, operating system Android OS 9. Memory, more than 1GB of RAM. Storage, 1GB or higher. Graphics, OpenGL ES 3.1 or higher. Then for Apple, we've got iOS/iPad OS 14 and above. Then Amazon Fire OS 7 or above. Graphics GL ES 3.1 or higher. Then for Chromebooks, we've got graphics OpenGL ES 3.1 or higher. Minecraft Launcher minimum OS requirements. Minecraft Launcher users will need to update to the below operating systems to continue receiving updates after March 2025. Mac 10.15 or higher. Ubuntu, I think it's how you meant to say it, Ubuntu 19.10 or higher. Windows PCs, Windows 10 or higher. Then we've got the announcement that VR support is ending, which says, additionally, the following devices will no longer receive future updates after March 2025 and will no longer be supported. PlayStation VR, OpenXR. After you receive a final Minecraft update for your sunset operating system, you will still be able to play on your worlds and access marketplace purchases, including Minecoins. Realms managed with a device running a sunset operating system will continue to work for 6 months unless they are updated by the Realm owner on a different device. To cancel your Realm subscription, see how to cancel a Minecraft Realm subscription. After an OS is sunset, your device will no longer receive the latest Minecraft updates and will be unable to play multiplayer with devices that are continuing to receive updates. You also will lose access to certain servers. So yeah, it's awesome that we now have a window for when the new Minecraft update is being released, but as much as I am happy and excited of course to play with all the new spring drop features, I will be genuinely sad to know that the PlayStation VR support will no longer be a thing. Even though I now don't own a PlayStation VR as I hardly did use it, I did when the PlayStation 4 version of Minecraft did get VR support, and honestly it was a blast to play Minecraft with it. As someone who covered the news of VR support coming to Minecraft on the PS4 back in 2020, it's weird seeing it come full circle and no longer be supported. It truly was a weird but of course unique experience that if you haven't already tried, you definitely should before it's no longer an option. But moving on to our next bit of Minecraft news from the past week, we've got the next batch of spring drop features announced by Mojang. This was announced with the Minecraft Twitter account saying, new Egg-citing features are coming to testing in Java Snapshot and Bedrock beta/preview today. Spawn eggs now look like the mob type they spawn in, try them in creative mode. Wolves now have their own sounds. More colors added to leaf litter. Then going over to the Minecraft.net article regarding the new features, it says, test new Egg-citing features, new spawn eggs, wolf sounds and more in Minecraft. The features going into testing today are so cute. If you already have a generous number of in-game pets, maybe look away now. Our creative mode players are getting a very exciting update, new spawn egg textures. And as if that wasn't enough, wolves now spawn with new sounds that give each wolf more of their own voice, and leaf litter changes color to match its biome. Sounds like I need to expand my pet sanctuary, but first, let's dig deeper into these new features available to test in Java Snapshot and Bedrock beta/preview now. Then scrolling down, we've got the new spawn egg textures. Spawn eggs have been updated to look like the mob they'll spawn, making it easier to find the right one in creative mode. If a mob has several variants, the spawn eggs will look like the original mob. That means the vast creative mode inventory will be easier to navigate when it comes to eggs, and it's cuter. I mean, just look at them. Not only do spawn eggs sport the same colors and patterns as their mobs, but they also have their own distinct characteristics. Those snouts and wings, not to mention the tiny little spiky horns. The 3 new spawn egg sizes will also show whether the cuteness inside is small, medium or large. And yes, if you play in creative mode, the wither is nothing but cute. Then we've got the new wolf variant sounds. Last year, 8 possible new variants joined the pack, and now they're getting their own audio personality. From cute to grumpy, each wolf will now bark, growl, pant, whine and express themselves in their own unique way. And here I thought I couldn't possibly need more wolves. Now for anyone curious as to what these 6 new wolf audio personalities sound like, I'd highly recommend checking out Slice Slime's Snapshot 25WOAA video, which I'll have linked down below in the description as it plays all 6 in high quality. But to give you a quick example, here's how the first 3 sound.
Here are all the sounds for big wolves. Cute wolves. Puglin wolves.
Now moving on to the last new feature in the upcoming spring drop that was released this week, we've got leaf litter biome colouring. If you felt a satisfying crunch underfoot on your walk around the block, you've come across leaf litter. This decorative plant block was recently added into testing, and thanks to your feedback is getting an update. Leaf litter will now have different colours depending on where you find it. Head out to forest, dark forest and woodland badlands to see which colours you can find. So yeah, that was all the new features released this week for the upcoming Minecraft spring drop. Now I did see a lot of people, in fact a majority I'd say, speaking positively about this week's new features, especially when it came to the retexturing of all 80 plus spawn eggs. However, as always, there were some people who weren't seemingly all that happy with the changes to spawn eggs, with some people including Lord Z19 saying, "Am I the only one who hates new mob eggs? I need a texture pack to change it back." Then we had others such as Shadow Drago saying, "To me, the new Minecraft spawn egg textures make me slightly uncomfortable. I'd prefer if they could have changed just the patterns and colours on the eggs instead of making the eggs look like cursed shrunken versions of the mob." Now a good point that's been getting made in response to people saying that they preferred the older textures or that the older textures were better is that not only are the new spawn eggs all unique enough now that you can easily tell them apart, which is awesome, but also that for players who are colorblind or have any sort of visual impairments, now they can actually more easily tell the difference between each spawn egg, which is a huge W for accessibility. Additionally, Mojang making unique textures for all these spawn eggs made some people actually ask the question of will Mojang ever update the textures for Enchanted books? Because as I'm sure you probably already know, all the Enchanted books in Minecraft all look identical. Although I am so happy that spawn eggs have been retextured, I don't play creative mode myself, so I'm not going to get all that much use from these new textures. But I'm sure I can speak for the majority of the Minecraft community here when I say that Enchanted books being retextured would be a huge win for Mojang and would make both creative and survival players so damn happy. Additionally, it would be another huge win for accessibility for the game and would help people with visual impairments be able to more easily distinctly tell the books apart. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section whether you'd like to see the Enchanted books be retextured. Moving on to our next bit of Minecraft news from the past week, we've got the new Minecraft Snapshot 25W08A and the beta/preview called 1.21.70.24. Now I'm not going to go over everything in these two things because it's essentially everything that we just talked about already. You've got the addition of this week's spring drop features, new bug fixes, some technical updates, and more random, rather specific stuff that honestly isn't all that interesting. Regardless, if you would like to look over the entirety of the snapshot or beta and preview changes, the articles for both of these things will be linked down below in the description. The only real interesting thing that was changed in the game that we've not already talked about or spoken about was the changes in the 25W08A snapshot for sheep. Those being, sheep's wool undercoat is now also coloured when dyed, matching existing behaviour in Bedrock Edition. Now for those of you who don't know, for years now there has been a small but nonetheless annoying priority difference between how the undercoat of sheep look on Bedrock and Java. As you can see from this photo comparing the two from Echo Soldier, sheep that have been dyed or that have even just had random colours on Bedrock have their undercoats match the colours of their wool, while on Java Edition, regardless of the colour of the sheep, the undercoat will always be white. So now with the latest snapshot, Java sheep match Bedrock sheep. It's nothing huge, but it is a nice step in the right direction in terms of priority, and a lot of people are happy to see it. But moving on to our last piece of Minecraft news from the past week, we've got the new hotfix for Minecraft called 1.21.61. Now usually I would skip covering hotfixes, but this hotfix actually changed a rather controversial feature introduced to the game back in October, that being making keep inventory no longer a cheat and on by default. Let me explain. So if you didn't already know, back in October it was announced that Mojang were testing a new way to differentiate each game mode more clearly. This was to enhance the experience for players who prefer to play on lower difficulty levels. They do this by making it so that players who play on either peaceful or easy mode would automatically have keep inventory turned on, making keep inventory no longer a cheat. This change would mean that of course when you die you would no longer lose any items or enchantment levels, and you would still be able to obtain achievements. Now naturally the majority of the Minecraft community weren't a big fan of this change, but with it being introduced with the release of 1.21.50 or the Garden Awakens drop, it seemed Mojang weren't listening. However, I'm happy to say that it looks like with this new update, Mojang have officially ended the test, making keep inventory once again a cheat, as they mentioned in the patch notes for 1.21.61 that keep inventory is back to being a cheat on all difficulties. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this test. Do you think keep inventory should or should not be a cheat? But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, that's the end of this week in Minecraft. I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you did go to enjoy it, please share it with your friends, drop a like, and let me know your thoughts on all the news I covered today. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell to stay notified for when I release any other Minecraft news related content on the channel. Other than that, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.